Cool. So, last week you visited the town of Hommlet. While you were in there, you went to the bar. You chatted with flirted badly with the tavern wench, and were directed to, when asking about jobs and that kind of thing, directed to Tomlin, the blacksmith. You didn't get on particularly well with Tomlin, and as far as I remember, basically, but did what he wanted. Did what he wanted you to do. Went to the local moathouse, the ruined moathouse, looking for a hammer of indeterminate quality, origin, or frankly existence.
Hey, I did forget.
And on the way, basically decided that he was going to ruin this man's life by blowing up his shop. You nearly died to a giant spider. You had a little bit of a wander around the upstairs, delved into the dungeons, were attacked a grey ooze, depending on your point of view. Declan, you managed to get yourself some kind of horrendous lung disease from a zombie.
I'm fine.
That you just decided to go and say hello to. And then after crawling through a tiny little hole in the ground, you managed to awaken the undead residents of a tomb, which is where we pick up. You are in a T-shaped room lined with what used to be closed off tombs. Balden, you are holding in your hands the hammer from the largest looking of the tombs. You are surrounded by embalmed bodies, with the largest and grandest of these being the one from which you took the hammer. They all seem to be moving very slowly. None of them look particularly aggressive, and none of them really seem to acknowledge that you're there, apart from the little bit of acknowledgement that you, Balden, got. When the bigger, like the lord, the mummy lord, got out of the tomb. What would you like to do?
Well, should I try the diplomatic route?
No, I don't think is there talking to these guys.
See,
well,
I made it.
We haven't tried. Right, I'm gonna give him a little wave and say, "Good morning."
Are you giving the wave to the lord, the guy you just took the hammer from?
The guy who's about to approach me. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge that you have said anything. Roll me a perception check.
5.
5. You don't really seem to see anything or notice anything change. You notice all of the mummies around him kind of shift slightly at what you've said, but other than that, nothing much has changed.
Cool.
Should we just walk out of here?
Do you want to, like, you know that where you have like a piece of food, like in front of a dog, and you kind of like hold it up and move it from side to side to get their attention?
Do you want to just shout and not get their attention?
You want to do that with the hammer and see if that's what he's after?
Sure, yeah, I'll wave it about, running towards the exit, or if there is an exit.
Wait, are we surrounded?
You are basically surrounded, yeah.
But next to us is that unopened tomb, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one unopened tomb which is on the far end. So if you've got the T,
yeah,
you guys are around here. You came in here, and the unopened tomb is around here. It's about 30, 35 feet away from you.
Can we sense a draft coming from it?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That would be 14 plus. That is 17.
You notice there's a breeze, just generally, but because of the design of the room, it could be coming from anywhere. It kind of feels as though it's circulating a little bit rather than just kind of coming in from one area.
Have I got like a good route to run? Can I run directly to that tomb?
Not without running past probably about 7 or 8 of these mummies or these embalmed figures.
Cool. So I'm just going to slam the Lord straight in the face with a hammer.
Before you do that, is it worth me trying to charm the lead Lord guy?
I'll play something. What can you play?
I'm a charm person, so
You're
Chris,
welcome to.
What about if you charm the Lord and then I smash it in the face?
I would like to try and charm the Lord guy.
Okay, in that case, roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier and your proficiency bonus to it.
Where's my proficiency bonus at?
It should
no,
be,
I found it.
it should be plus.
Sorry.
+2.
I found it. So, 15?
15. You are. It is charm person, isn't it?
Yeah. I have it in front of me.
Roll a 15.
So it's a will versus.
You cast the spell. Everything goes off. You feel it work the way that you know it works. You feel kind of this magical energy kind of flow through you. And as you direct it towards the mummy, you sense it kind of fizzle once it hits it. You don't think it's had any effect.
That's a magical mummy.
Yep. Your turn.
In the face.
It's going on.
Okay, in that case, I would like you all to roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
Baldwin?
9.
9. Ezekiel?
13.
And Ethos.
14.
Man alive, Ethos, you're actually first in combat.
Oh.
Wow, we might actually be able to do some damage.
In fairness, he did take half the hit points off that grey ooze. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I own that.
Before he nearly died to a zombie. Okay, Ethos, what would you like to do?
Spider.
What's like within my reach right now?
Cool. So at the moment, you're standing about 10 feet away from the Mummy Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You've got within 10 feet. You've probably got about 6 or 7 of these mummies,
Mm-hmm.
none of which seem to be moving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Mummy Lord, and since I have allies within 5 feet, that means I get the sneak attack bonus as well.
Yep. Go for it then.
That is a 2 hit. Oh my god, I love finesse weapons. 20.
20 modified.
Nice.
14 plus 6.
Okay, cool. Yep, that hits.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Okay, so that is 1d8 plus 4, so that is 6 plus 1d6 is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, so you run up towards this mummy with which weapon? Sorry,
Rapier.
Rapier. With the rapier out in front of you, you jab straight into it. You see the rapier pierce the shoulder and sink in deep. And as it does, out the corner of your eye, you see one of the embalmed figures drop to the floor.
Oh, okay. It's got some sort of fucking Horcrux thing going, guys.
Yeah, I see how this is going. Oh,
Would you like to do anything else?
Um.
You still have a bonus action.
Oh, I'm not even sure what I can use for bonus actions. I guess just be wary of shit going down. Is my bonus action?
You've got a dagger, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a dagger.
You can use the dagger in an offhand attack if you want to attack him again.
I did not know that. I will do that.
It's 2-weapon fighting. You use your main action for the first attack. Use your bonus action for the second attack. You just don't add your dexterity bonus to the attack.
To the hit. Yeah.
Yeah, to the hit.
Oh, okay. So to hit. Oh, I got a 5.
Yeah, that's not him.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wasn't cool,
so you just the sight of this thrall droppings kind of freaked you out a little bit. You go for the second hit and miss. At the end of your turn, the Mummy Lord perks up a little bit and he stares you square in the eye, and you feel this cold shiver run down your back. Is
it one of attraction, or is it
weirdly attracted to
Mm-hmm.
Could you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. That is a 15.
15? Cool. You feel this kind of shiver of fear run down your spine, but you shake it off and kind of ready yourself for the next round. Ezekiel.
Cool.
Much the same layout. We're about 10 feet away from the Mummy Lord. Balden is pretty much right in front of the Mummy Lord, and you've got 6 or 7 of these. 5 or 6 of these mummies around you now. Again, none of them seem to be moving.
Should we all focus on this Lord, or should I start taking out his Horcruxy zombies?
Thing is, we don't know if the Horcruxes work in reverse. So that's the only problem. Like, does killing them hurt him, or vis-a-vis? So
There is one way to find out.
yeah, do it.
Yeah. I just sort of turn to one of the still remaining zombies and shoot it in the face.
Cool. Roll an attack.
Nice.
Solid.
That is 7.
7 misses. You aim for it. You shoot. You somehow miss a standing target.
Sorry.
Do you still have your torch up?
In my offhand, yeah.
Tremendous. Just because it is pitch black in here. Your range, just worth bearing in mind, your range is reduced to 40 feet.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else?
I am 2 seconds. Checking something.
Admin.
It's a level 1 character. Is there anything to check?
Does he have a face? Yes.
Right. Never mind. Balden, you have the hammer, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. I'm gonna give inspiration to Balden.
Oh, nice.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
So what dice is that?
1d6.
1d6.
Cool.
At the end of your turn, you all notice that the closest of these Horcruxes, as you call them, begin to take a step forward and slowly shuffle towards you.
Oh dear.
With that, the Lord is going to look directly at Balden, because you've got the hammer. Could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
I got a natural 20. Plus 3 wisdom.
You spit back in his face. You couldn't care less. You've seen worse than this. Cool. So since the glance hasn't done anything, he's going to attack you, Ethos.
Oh yeah.
That's a 19 to hit.
15 armor class, that hits.
He deals 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have 9 hit points.
Oh.
And make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yeah, of course. That is that's not good. That is a 9.
A 9. You take an additional 1 point of necrotic damage, and you are cursed.
I think we've already established that. I didn't need to say. Where do I put cursed? And I'll just write it across the sheet in black marker.
Big red cross.
You for the duration of your curse, you can't regain hit points.
Oh.
And until you have the curse removed, you lose 1 from your maximum HP, not your actual HP, for every 24 hours that you have the curse.
Well.
Excellent.
I didn't specifically go for you. You just attacked that, so.
It's the way she rolls.
Golden.
I'm going to look at this guy back in the eyes.
You see the dead embalmed face of an ancient king staring back at you.
So I'm going to, I'm just going to go straight, use his weapon against him, and slam him in the face with the warhammer.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
So 12.
12 hits.
Nice. And 6 damage.
6 damage. Cool. So you rear back, and one-handed or two-handed?
I'm going to go one-handed with this.
One-handed. You just swing at the guy and club him square in the head, jarring Ethos free from the shoulder. And we are back to the top. Ethos, what would you like to do? Apart from run away and hide literally anywhere but here.
Well, first, I'm just going to question why I ever came in here. And then, I can't regain hit points, so I'm just going to go just kamikaze on this, basically.
I like it.
Right, I'm going to roll to hit. That is a... finesse. Where were these rolls before? That's 1, 6, 2, 4. That's 24 to hit.
Nice.
Amazing.
Then damage, and I still get a sneak attack bonus as well. So that is 3 plus 4. That is 7 plus 6. That is 9 damage.
9 damage,
including the sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you come in with the rapier.
I spit blood in his face.
That's what does the damage. The rapier doesn't do anything. Cursed blood in his eye sockets. So you jab straight through the midsection, right up to the hilt, and just yank it out the side. Do you want to do anything else?
I'm going to try the dagger thing again, and hopefully I'll roll better.
Cool.
Okay, so that is a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Oh, yes. And then I still get the damage bonus, don't I?
Just the same, yeah.
Okay, so...
Only 1d4 plus your dex bonus.
That is... Oh, sorry, rolled the wrong die. That is a 5 for damage.
A 5 for damage.
Yeah, 1 plus 4. That's what we got.
Tremendous. So the first thing you notice is another one of the thralls drops.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones that was literally just crawling up behind you, just drops immediately.
Is it quite comedic in how it falls out of frame?
You also notice that the wound that you've just caused closes up slightly.
Oh.
How many?
Guys.
How many of the rolls is left?
Around you, like within 10 feet, there are 4 left. Beyond that, there's another 15.
Huh?
Are we just gonna keep hacking at this for.
Well, I mean, if this guy goes down, then they all go down, I suppose, right?
No, he's stealing the life force from the thralls.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone got off? We need bombs. We really need bombs.
Area effects.
I think I already messaged Chris as I want my character to maybe multi-class in something that has a lot of destructive power in small, itty-bitty packages. Anyway. Who's next?
Ezekiel, what would you like to do?
Right. We should probably take care of that that weird eye shit he does, shouldn't we?
Gouge his eyes out?
Go for it.
Right.
Pop him
I'm
out.
gonna copy Bolden in looking him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Then after a couple seconds, just go and and shoot him in one of his eyes.
Are you going to spend the bonus action to reload your crossbow because you haven't done that yet?
Do I have to do that? Ah,
Because it's a crossbow.
right. In that case, no. What I am going to do is swap from my crossbow to my rapier.
Amazing.
Do a very heroic leap forward and stab him in his eyes.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
Oh, I rolled a 2, but
Once you honest it.
You have plus 9 to hit.
what?
You have plus 9 to hit.
No, I've got a +4.
Did I miss?
But I have the lucky feat, which means I can add a d20.
Ah, okay. Well,
Ooh.
go for it then.
Thanks, off, Chris.
Yeah, your mic's going a bit haywire, Chris.
Is it?
It's very fuzzy.
Weird. 1 second. Any joy?
That's better.
Yeah.
Grand.
So, right, I add a d20. Oh, that's a 19.
So
19 hits.
Yes, I want to slash him across both of his eyes to try and get rid of that funky eye shit he does. So, d8. Where the hell? There. 1d8 plus 2. That's 7 points of slashing damage across his eyeballs.
Ooh, corny as lovely.
So you take the swipe. You cut across the face, not necessarily straight across both eyes, but kind of in a slight arc. Rapiers aren't really renowned for their slashing ability. They're kind of just long pins. But you still managed to cut away some of the cloth around his eyes. And basically, what happens is the bottom half just drops away slightly, revealing empty eye sockets in a completely fleshless skull, with this grinning, leering set of iron teeth.
Well, now, how are you doing funky eye shit when you don't even have eyes?
He's dead. How is he standing?
BT Dubs, you should get a refund for that facelift.
how much are iron teeth worth?
That'll be mine.
It would really be for the person buying them to decide. Freaked out by the fact that an undead lord of this town once wore them. Otherwise, sell them to goth kids.
Well, no, we can always say it was Baron Washington's teeth. Right.
Ezekiel, at the end of your turn, you notice again these thralls, more thralls than before, kind of closing in, slowly shuffling towards you. You also have the mummy kind of looks at you and makes perfect eye contact. Well, not perfect eye contact. He doesn't have eyes. but you look straight into the sockets of his eyes and feel the shiver run down your spine. Could you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
15.
15?
Yeah.
You kind of, again, you shrug it off. You've looked square at the face of actual death, and you've got no. It doesn't affect you in the slightest. He does, however, go to punch you, and rolls a 9.
That does not hit. I'm too quick.
You nimbly scoot out the way. Bolden.
Well, you said there's still quite a few of them in there, so we might as well just keep smashing this guy in. Can I, the warhammer, because I'm proficient, can I use that as like a monk weapon to get the bonus action?
Because what
is it, the martial arts? Can I use this about a monk weapon?
I'll tell you what. Because you're proficient as a dwarf. Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm going to just hit him square in the face with a hammer, and then on my bonus action, try and just give him a kick back. Try and put
Cool.
force him back. So I got a 14.
14 hits.
And a 6 again.
6. So, as the hammer connects, once again you see a thrall that kind of you notice just over your shoulder, just drops dead.
And then I'm going to go for the kick in the chest or something, try and force him back a bit.
Go for it.
So a 12.
12.
That's just to hit the kick.
Oh yeah, 12 hits. Sorry.
So yeah, it is.
Sorry, I thought it was a contested strength check.
So yeah, that's 4.
4. Cool. So you kick him. Well, I was going to say the chest. You kind of kick him more around like the midsection, because he's quite a bit taller than you, and he stumbles back, almost falling back into the tomb that he came from. At the end, is there anything else you want to do? Sorry, should check.
No.
Tremendous. At the end of your turn, the thralls that have snuck up on you, Declan, and you, you, Ethos, and you, Ezekiel, both attack. That is a 13 to hit you, Ethos.
Nope.
It was very nearly a 20. And yeah, the other one misses you, Ezekiel.
Oh, thank God.
We're back to the top. Ethos, what would you like to do?
Suicide mission, please.
Oh my God.
Attack the huge lumbering guy while just screaming incoherently. And I'm going to roll for that. That is a 16 to hit. 16
hits. You know what? Because of the total lack of care for your position, I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Yay! Okay, so well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Because I've already rolled.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, so I'll just try it. Oh no, that's another 20.
Cool. So it's still good.
Yeah, so it's still it. And then for damage, it is. Oh yes, and then plus the sneak attack damage. 16 damage.
Nice.
That is a D8 rolled on a 6 plus 4, which is 10. Then I rolled a 6 on my sneak attack die.
Nice job, man.
Damage.
Oh, you got so lucky. Okay, so you look forward and just go ham on this guy with both weapons, just like you're channeling the rage that you felt at the giant spider. All of the terrible circumstances that you've gone through. The fact that Neither of your compatriots have taken anything like the punishment you have. You're diseased. You've nearly died. You've been attacked by all and sundry. All of this is focused into this attack. How would you like to do this?
Yes!
Okay, so yeah, good reference. So literally, what I do is I run up to him, then use his shin bone to get a leverage up, and then downward pierce into his skull with the rapier, and then take the knife and while he's reeling back, while I'm holding on to the rapier, start hacking at his chest. And yeah, just that's
longer than is comfortable for anybody else.
Oh yeah, that's
We're
like
watching
now
over,
my
mate.
character trait. Doing something horrifically violent that little bit too long.
Tremendous. While this is happening,
Can I just like put
roll me a a wisdom saving throw.
Myself.
No, Balden.
Oh, cool. So there's 18.
18. You feel, for someone who spends so much time in bars, you know what it is to be drunk. You feel this weird, comparable sensation begin to flow over you. Like every time the knife goes into the mummy's chest.
Oh.
Because you have this like incredible dwarven constitution, you're used to drinking heavy amounts. You're used to this kind of holding off this kind of feeling. You just kind of force it out, and you hear this almost inaudible, like in terms of pitch, it's so high it's almost inaudible scream, it ringing around your ears as Ethos puts the final dagger into the mummy. And it collapses backwards.
Oh.
You also notice that all of the thralls around have stopped moving completely, just standing stock still.
Okay, so am I like debilitated by this piercing sound? Or is it just...
The feeling passes. You're back to normal.
Okay, is that because I'm holding the hammer? Like, am I in tune with this guy? Was he getting killed, and then like was that because I'm holding the thing?
You're a hammer.
Or is it just a...
Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh dear. 11.
11. You don't know for certain, but what you do know is that feeling washed over you every single time a dagger blow hit him. So I inform the guys of that. Well, I stop Ezekiel from stabbing him. But yeah, I inform the guys Two of them off.
what the hell was happening there.
It's like a bar fight. Like you see it, mate. Like you done, mate. You done. You done. You down.
Drag him off.
Literally nothing left of him, mate.
So at least thralls a threat at the minute. Or they've stopped. They have just stood in their tracks or dropped to the ground. Did you say?
No, they are. They're still stood where they were, but none of them are shuffling forwards. None of them have dropped. They just appear to have stopped.
Can we make a break for the tomb that was closed?
Certainly try.
That? Okay, so if I run towards that, and I'm going to try and like double foot jump through it. If I can.
So as you run past everything, you notice nothing. You know, nobody makes any attacks of opportunity. Nobody moved a muscle. Roll me a strength check.
6.
Oh, you're back. So you run up to this unopened tomb. You jump at it the same way you've jumped at all the other doors, and bounce back off it and take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
You tried so hard.
Well, I tried.
What would the rest of you like to do?
Can we, I just kind of want to walk by the zombies to that tomb, but like do like just like slowly gaze into each of their eyes as I walk by, just like yeah, mate, yeah, don't even try it. You saw what I did. Don't you try it. And just make my way to that tomb.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That doesn't mean something bad. That is that's 17.
As you get up in one of their faces, you swear you see a move.
I am gonna then shut the fuck up and quietly tiptoe towards because I'm currently like nearly bleeding out, so I'm just gonna be a good boy.
Yeah, you're dragging.
Go to the tomb entrance.
Can I face all of them and just everyone back to your tombs. Back to all
Roll me
over.
a persuasion check.
What? Persuade.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, you know what has to be done.
Can I change that? You are now mine.
Okay.
It's a natural 20 plus a 5, by the way.
Are you trying to persuade them, or are you casting Charm Person?
No, I'm just persuading. Just
You're just persuading.
yeah.
In that case, nothing happens.
Oh.
You see no movement, no recognition, nothing.
Okay. That might have worked. That might not. You guys should probably open that tomb quickly, though.
I have a crowbar. Crowbar?
Use it, man.
Wanna use it? I have -1 strength. I probably shouldn't even try.
I guess does having a crowbar just mean you get like?
I'll just give you advantage on the strength check to get whatever open.
So okay, so that's a 14.
14. You put the crowbar in, you yank it down, and the tomb pops open.
And inside is.
Do you want to pull it open all the way and have a look?
Bold, do you want to give a hand here?
Yeah. Can I use the inspiration on this as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it a strength check?
No. At this point, it would just be. At this point, it's pretty much already open. You're putting your fingers in and pulling.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we both take it off.
Cool. Inside, you see essentially there's like a 5x5 rectangular. Square, be rectangular tunnel kind of moving in, and then towards the back, you see where usually there would be another wall to kind of end the tomb. You see essentially a cavern, just like a rough, natural cavern. You also notice that there is a distinct lack of any body, or even really any space for a tomb.
Oh no.
Should I try and get the cannon fodder to go in first? Like the zombies.
Oh, yeah. Can you charm them all to go in there? Like Pied Piper style?
I think I've persuaded them. Can I turn to them and point down the passageway and say, all of you is first. Clear the way.
Because you got to charm them first, right? Because they was.
I've already persuaded them to be mine.
Of course.
Are you just telling them?
Yeah. Or order.
Nothing happens.
Right. Fine. I'll try and persuade them through the power of music to go down.
Roll a persuasion check then.
No performance?
Or performance if you want.
That fell off my table. Reroll that. 40.
How much?
14.
14.
Yep.
The acoustics in this room are actually bizarrely good. The music kind of bounces off the walls and creates these weird kind of O2 style chords, almost like having the most incredible of reverb pedals. And you notice that not a single one of the remaining thralls moved.
Bastards. Shall I try and...
They're uncharmable.
Alright,
It
well,
is
they're not
worth
doing anything.
noting to try magic on them.
Okay?
It is worth noting, unless I've misunderstood, you have not tried using magic on them.
No, I haven't. I only tried it on the mummy. Alright, 2 seconds, I just want to check how many... Chris, how many spell slots do I have?
You have spell slots don't exist. So the way it works is you can continue casting the spell as many times as you want, basically until you fail to cast it. At that point, you lose the spell.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't roll less than a 12, and you'll be fine.
Oh.
However, you can just in case I can't remember if I actually told you this, you can use Spellburn, which essentially allows you to burn ability score points to add modifiers to your score.
Right.
So, for example, if you rolled an 11 and you wanted to make that up to a 12 or a 13, you could like sacrifice points from your strength ability to up that to what you need it to be.
Right. I'm not going to do that. Should I try and charm them all, or should we just leave them?
Well, yeah, if the magic works against them, you can try and lead them down there. But I mean, is anything going to attack them if there is anything down there?
Well, if there is anything down there, I'd rather them attack the zombies first before us.
Send them down.
Yeah. All right. I am going to put on an amazing show of skill and charm all of them.
Go for it. Because of the acoustics to the room, I'll give you advantage on the roll.
Oh, thank God. All right. That's just a straight D20, isn't it?
Yeah, D20 plus your charisma modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Oh, good. With advantage. 17.
17.
Yeah.
So you channel this energy through the what instrument are you playing actually?
My lute.
Through your lute. So as you begin to play your lute, you finger the most incredible chords. You said he was going to. And you let rip with this incredible piece of music. The effect: a single target must make a will save or fall under the caster's complete control. So they fail. You have complete control of this zombie. It's a -2 for all of its rolls.
Right. You convince the rest of your friends here to lead the way down this passage.
God's sake.
So you see this thrall, the closest thrall to you, kind of perks up as if it's listening, and then it turns around, does nothing. And then you see this arm kind of slowly creak up, and the whole body turn as it just twats one of the other ones in the side of the head, and it immediately falls dead. And shambles up to the next one, lifts an arm, twats to the side of the head flies off, it clumps a little bit, shuffles off to the next one. Would you like to do anything?
No, I'll just let him keep doing it until he's finished.
Are you gonna wait there until he's finished?
Oh, there's a lot. All right, Never mind.
And so there's 13 more of them, and at the moment, you don't want to assume, but you think it'll probably take you about 15, 20 minutes to get through the lot of them. He's shuffling fairly slowly.
I'm just gonna say no. Okay, leave them. You lead us down this passageway.
Okay.
Then should we follow from like 10 feet behind or something? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It shuffles. It's not very quick. It shuffles towards the exit, and then you see this bizarre attempt of something without real control of its motor functions, and what you assume is its hive mind basically dead. Put its arms in the tunnel and then just kind of force its chest into the corner of it, but it can't make its way in. It's trying to crawl, but it just can't. It doesn't have the dexterity to get its legs up.
I'm gonna twat it.
No, this one's mine. Right. Okay. I just say we go down here, and we'll have my thralls stay back and just keep exterminating the rest of them.
Fair enough. You're gonna ask it to convince its friends to follow us.
No, I'm just gonna look at him and just say, okay, here is your second chance at life. I want you to go through this entire building and kill every undead thing you see.
It shuffles off a little bit faster this time.
What?
It's almost like it has this aggressive stance to it.
Yeah.
And it just starts double-handed, just batting these things like nobody's business.
Goodbye, Slappy. I'll miss you.
As he's doing it, you notice that the arms are beginning to tear away, and then finally, as it swings, it hits one of the other thralls. The arm snaps backwards at the elbow. The other arm flies off in a direction, and it just kind of continues without any real arms, just or with one arm at an unnatural angle, at an unnatural 90-degree angle, and one arm just gone. Continues kind of headbutting its way through things.
Exactly. Let's leave him to it. Let's just go.
Cool. I'm going to lead the way down. If that's okay with you guys, I'll lead the way.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep my rapier out.
Tremendous.
Let's forget that room ever happened.
You clamber in. You kind of crawl through into where the cavern begins to open out, so you can actually stand up again. And you notice in front of you a kind of a largish cavern, quite a low ceiling. It's probably about 10 feet high. It's about 35 feet across, and about as wide. And then in the far right-hand corner, those of you with dark vision, because going into the tunnel you wouldn't have been able to carry your torch. By this point it would have been burning out anyway, and the smoke it was giving off would have choked you. You see another exit off to the right-hand side.
Cool, I'm going to quietly make my way over there, so I'm going to try and have a bit of stealth about us.
Roll me a stealth check.
I've got a 9.
A 9. Cool. Yeah, you try and keep to the shadows. You kind of wander up against the wall, still with a hammer out.
Yes, yes. Got a hammer in front of me.
Yeah, you walk up to the doorway. Do you want to go through, or do you want to leave it, or do you want to kind of wait for everybody else?
Yeah, the guy's following.
Yeah, I guess we're all following, aren't we?
Cool. You make it to the doorway. You look in and you see another passageway kind of extending off and becoming increasingly narrow towards the end. It stops about 40 feet away.
Oh. Can we see a way out of here?
Not at the moment. You would guess that this. Just in fact, roll me a nature check or an intelligence check, whichever's higher.
That's a 16.
16. You've seen these kind of tunnels before. You guess that they wind around quite a bit. There's likely some underwater rivers which attach themselves to this. But you would guess that eventually you'll end up kind of coming out of the cave system.
Cool. You guys want to go?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we'll just go follow it.
Yeah, should we not? Are we gonna go and burn the rest of this place down?
Well, if we get out of here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I definitely want to show off the hammer first. Maybe go back to the tavern and wave it around a bit. Just get the word in town that we're the guys to, do the job.
I thought we were skipping town. Maybe we should use this as an opportunity to talk about what our actual plan is.
Well, we do still want to fuck that guy over, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's just... Oh, that is tough, because it'd be like... We need him to get away, so I guess the main thing would be distracting him somehow, and then I could infiltrate and set a fire.
Yeah, maybe while I'm in the tavern distracting everyone with the hammer.
Well, I said
you guys can go and do your thing.
I said we could send like a runner from the village with a message telling him to meet us outside of this place early hours of the morning, since this is like half an hour walk out of town.
What would a good reason to be for him to come meet us?
That we've got the hammer and we're ready for the drop.
He would be suspicious, wouldn't he, though?
Why? We have the hammer.
Yeah, but why does he have to come meet us? That's what I'm saying. Like, why should he have to come meet us?
Okay, maybe...
Oh, I got dreadfully injured. So I can't...
That is 100% true.
Yeah, so I can't make it back.
Yeah, the best lies are laced with truth.
Exactly. And you guys are taking care of me. And that is the part of the real lie.
Exactly. So, when he leaves, and it's early hours of the morning, we'll arrange the meeting for like 2 or 3 in the morning. Once he leaves, we have an hour to get in, steal whatever we want, burn the place, and sit down.
Yeah, what I'll do, like, I can already be in the village waiting for him to leave.
No, we all can. We all can.
Oh, yeah, because he'll just go on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, he'll walk half an hour to this fortress here, wait 5-10 minutes, looking for us, and then even if he power walks back, that's still 20 minutes. Yeah.
I like it. Okay, let's do this cave and do that.
Quick question though. Once we skip town, where do we go?
Where's the closest place we know from here, Chris?
The closest place you know would be... Where's my map gone? What type of thing are you looking for? Are you looking for just a small village to go to? Are you looking for a big town?
I'm thinking a big town/city so we can get this hammer appraised. And then once we sell it and sell whatever else we steal from this smithy guy, once we have a bit of fortune, like once we have a bit of gold in our pockets, then we can come up with a long-term plan.
Gotta get that initial investment.
Get some money for now, then.
Yeah.
So, at the
Yeah,
moment,
big town city thing.
At the moment, to give you an idea, Ethos, you know, just kind of judging by the stars and kind of your knowledge of your kind of spatial awareness, you're basically directly due south of Braywood and due east of the ruin, well, what you assume are the ruins of House Onbar. That puts you smack bang in the middle of the North Wild, which puts you about 100 miles away, well, a little bit less than 100 miles away from North Tower, which is the capital of the region.
Should we go there then?
What, to the north?
The north.
That'll be dangerous for you, Ethos.
Ah, shit.
He's a
They're
leader.
not like elves up there.
The way it works,
Only in the
at the moment you are currently in the North Wild. You basically just smack bang in the middle of it. To head northeast would put you in North Tower, which is the capital of the region. It's a much larger town, but it's basically a city. Generally, opinions of elves are much better in cities. Fair enough, it's the north, so it's not going to be like you're in the Southlands.
You can keep it
But it's going to be far less dangerous for Ethos there than even in Hommlet.
Cool. Do we have a plan then?
Yeah.
That's not something I can say in D&D very often.
So what are you doing? What would you like to do? What order would you like to do it?
Want to get out?
Get out of here, please.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what is your marching order?
I'm lead.
Tremendous. In that case, can you roll me a survival check?
A natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, plus my survival is a 3. So yeah, 23.
23. In that case, you're not sure if divine intervention, if it's just your natural dwarven kind of abilities. You've grown up in caves and that kind of thing, or your kind of species has. There's a lot of kind of racial memory there. You seem to take all the right paths. You kind of follow the tracks in the ground. You follow the goblin patrols that you managed to sneak past. You just, in fact, roll me a stealth check.
Oh, we do the montage.
You're doing a montage.
Montage.
I got 6.
6.
Oh, can I assist with a stealth check?
You.
Oh, he still has my inspiration.
That's a fair point. So I'll let you. I'll let you roll at advantage because Ethos is assisting. You also still have your bardic inspiration die.
So the second roll was 5 for the advantage. So what's the die? Sorry.
So bardic inspiration is just a deep
yes.
roll and add to the result.
Oh, I got a 1, so there, that's just a 6 again.
You are just you can see kind of cresting a hill, kind of a slope upwards, natural sunlight. and as you do, in a passageway that joins onto your passage, a armored hobgoblin appears and
I
looks.
shoot it in the head.
What?
In the head. I shoot it in the head. I'm nearly out. I'm bleeding. I shoot it in the fucking head.
Do you know, has he seen me then?
Roll me an attack then.
That is a 21. Plus, plus 6. Oh. That is a plus that's 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. The bolt. It is a. Sorry, no. It's a. What is it you're firing? Bobo. The arrow catches it. Catches it square in the kind of in the peck. Just kind of jamming straight through the rings of its chainmail. It looks from Bolden and looks square at where the arrow came from, and roars in rage. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what he wanted.
I got 10.
10. Ethos?
Oh, I got 19.
Ezekiel?
8.
8.
Yeah.
I'm alive. Okay, Ethos, it is your turn again. What would you like to do?
I shoot at his head.
Cool. Roll an attack.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 misses. Bounces off his shield.
Okay, I may have made a mistake.
Why did you do this?
I wanted to get out. I didn't want him to attack us first.
The hobgoblin.
6-3 going in your head.
The hobgoblin looks up and sees Bolden smack bang in front of him and just sprints at him with his long sword and rolls a 16 to hit.
I got 17 armor class. So
He swings way above your head, and it is 1 second. It is your turn, Bolden.
So
you have this guy smack bang in front of you. You see him bleeding profusely in the low light from this wound in his chest. What would you like to do?
well, as he swings and misses, can I just like headbutt him square in the nuts? Kind of go for like,
yes, you
go for an
can.
improvised. So that's a 17.
17 just misses.
Ah.
You headbutt where you think his nuts are, and you just hit chainmail skirt.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else?
Can I try and give him a kick with a bonus action for using my...
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, I'll just go for a kick. That's a 12. Miss.
12 misses. Ezekiel, what would you like to do?
Okay, so it's a 2. Right, I quickly strum my lute really quickly, and then 2 swan's wings rise from the earth as I try and put him straight to sleep.
What? That's amazing. Okay. I assume you're talking about the spell.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll me.
It says roll 1d.
Roll me a spell attack.
Spell attack.
So it'll be charisma and proficiency.
Oh, that's better. 20.
Yes.
20.
Not natural, but 20 altogether.
I would like you. Okay, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
16.
Yeah.
You hear coming from behind where you've just been. a number of targets. You get the feeling that you would be able to, or they're close enough that you'd be able to redirect to them as well. You can up to 4 targets must save or fall into a normal sleep for 1d6 hours. Or one target can be placed into a supernatural sleep for 1d4 4 hours with no save. It is up to you.
Should I try and go for the multiple targets?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and, send them to sleep.
Okay, what was it? You rolled a 20.
Yeah, all together.
Cool. The hobgoblin falls asleep. Roll me a d6.
D6. Okay.
Yeah.
5.
Cool. So he's going to be asleep for 5 hours.
No, asleep.
Okay, could you roll me 3d6?
3, 5, 2.
You don't know where they are, you don't know what they are, but you know they are asleep for at least 2 hours apiece.
Good job.
I'll just turn to Ethos.
Hi.
And just next time, warn us.
In response, I just nod and walk over to Hobgoblin and slit its throat in its sleep. And keep eye contact the whole time, though.
Can I just quickly do a really quiet
damage?
What was that?
I don't think it's possible for you to not deal lethal damage.
Yeah, I think that pretty much counts as a kill, right, if it's asleep.
As he brings the knife across his throat, I just want to pluck a single really solemn chord. Just
oh.
Night, night.
The hobgoblin dies in its sleep.
It's how we would have wanted to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
No. I misread this. Okay, they're in a normal sleep, not a supernatural sleep, which means they can be woken up. I need you to roll a stealth check for me, Athos.
Please.
You roll a 1.
21.
Okay, fair enough. He wakes up as you start drawing the knife across his throat. You kill him, but he gets an opportunity. He gets an attack as he's kind of just wailing against you, knowing that he's going down, and he rolls nothing worth talking. You, Ezekiel, still hear from behind you. Fair enough, far fewer, but you do still hear movement.
I'll tell them, guys, there are some people coming up behind us. Ethos, while you're down there, do you want to loot his corpse?
Yeah, I loot and run. Loot and run, everyone.
Yeah. Let's loot and run.
Loot and run.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
What is my plus? Yes. That is a 19.
19. So there's the stuff that's obvious. He's wearing a shield, he's wearing a chainmail shirt, and he has a long sword and a long bow.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a number of very small, very kind of scuffed precious stones. You'd say they're worth maybe if you were able to polish them up, about £1 in total, but more likely a few shillings here and there. You also find not dry rations, but you find bits of sheep leg, a lamb, kind of a lamb's leg, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess if I want to take the heavier shit, I'm at least going to take the gems and the longbow. 'Cause I want no one, bro.
Everything apart from the chainmail shirt is kind of you're able to just pick up in this round and run with. The chain shirt will take probably about 5 minutes to get him out.
All right, you can have it.
Actually, I'm not sure there's anybody who's worth taking that.
Yeah, that's it. Take that and leg it.
Cool.
As we're laying it, can I take out my crossbow and load it, like, on the go?
You can, but I want you to make a dexterity check to do so. Because it's quite complex.
Yeah, that was a natural 20. The most useless roll.
Absolutely done.
If I get advantage or something later, because of all the times to get a natural 20, that was the most useless time.
So as you run away, you hear behind you a small cackling voice, and then a shriek of horror and a little bit of delight from where you guess from where you think the hobgoblin's body is. As you kind of, if you look around, you basically see a tiny little goblin readying its short bow and taking a shot at. What order did you run away in?
I was first, obviously.
I think I would be second, and I think
catching up.
Stubby legs of the dwarf might.
That is actually a fair point, because I think dwarves have movement speed of 25.
Oh yeah, 25.
25. In that case, takes a shot at Baldwin and rolls an 11, so misses. You just see this short arrow, but this little short bow arrow fly over your shoulder and out into the sunlight as you yourselves burst out into a small forested glade with kind of a house, and you see kind of smoke on the horizon. It's not like anything's on fire. It's just chimney smoke.
We should leg it back to the village.
Cool.
Also, Chris, do I know the hobgoblins are usually the leaders of war bands?
Roll me an intelligence check or nature, one of the two.
2 seconds. They're both the same. So 13.
13. You've heard stories. You come from a place where hobgoblins and goblins don't really exist all that much. You know that they generally come down from the mountains. Tend to hide in forests if they're this far east of the Talamiran spine. But you know a little bit about them. You know that hobgoblins tend to rise to the top between between goblins, bugbears, and hobgoblins. Hobgoblins tend to be the ones who are most military minded. Bugbears more fulfill the role of barbarians. They're about the same size as hobgoblins, but just are a lot more ferocious.
Well, the skirmishers, aren't they?
Hobgoblins are just tiny little things, weak, very pack-minded, very kind of follow the strongest, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll tell you two that. So, I'll tell you that I know hobgoblins are usually rise to leadership roles, and we saw one goblin back there. There may or may not be more of them around. But we should head back to the village.
Build on our tail, because I could be waiting by the hole that we just came out of with the hammer, just to see what comes out.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah, like the rat.
Yeah, we can wait with like long-range weapons.
Yeah, just question them.
Do you want to do this before we enact Operation Fuck His Life Over?
Yeah, well, they was chasing us, right? It's getting shot at.
There was one that shot at us. Don't know. Are we still being chased?
You're not. You don't hear anything from inside the cave. You hear, well, no, that's a lie. You do hear like the pitter patter of little feet as they run away.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So let's just head down.
I say we head back to town, and then we can tell people that there are goblins.
We got a goblin problem.
but how are we going to enact the plan if we're in town and you don't know to meet us up?
Well, I thought we were gonna sneak to the tavern and then send a runner there.
But we'll probably get spotted. It's not a big town.
Yeah. Okay. How do we send a runner to his workshop to give him a message?
Oh, maybe we just need a different plan. Like,
Why don't we extort the town for a bit before we take our revenge? Because we're obviously going to come back heroes. We found, something they didn't think existed.
How about we postpone the revenge then?
So extort the town, then get revenge, or maybe the whole town. Because they seem like hicks. They're quite racist, like most of them.
So are we gonna destroy the entire town? We should.
Okay, here's what we do. We go back to the
I'm
town.
really sorry to undo all of your work, but I think we're gonna go on a murder spree.
No.
Consider
we can at least extort them. We can come back heroes with this hammer, and then say they've got a goblin problem. You want us to take them out for a fee?
Yeah, okay. Let's play them. Let's play them for as long as we can,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then destroy them.
Where there's war, there's profit.
Yeah.
Oh
Go
my
on.
word! You're going from murderers to war profiteers.
Hey, I am sorry, but any alchemist in any fantasy world who makes potions is a war profiteer, and everyone fucking knows it. They're like, oh, I could make this for a cheaper price, and I'll make a very slim profit on it. But you know what? Nah, I'm going to charge extortionate prices for this because I'm profiting off people's pain.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Idea.
Hmm.
If we want to fuck over this entire town,
Or maybe not kill everyone, but at least get as much money out of them as we can.
Destroy its economy.
no, we can profiteer. We can profit from this war, and then if we really want to fuck them over, we can just find the village's water supply.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of us have any alchemy,
You brutal sod.
It's bio war.
Wait. Oh, did we burn all of the bodies
Well,
in that thought?
Well,
No,
what?
we didn't.
I just want some money.
oh, we could drop a zombie into the well.
Yes. But the natural decomposition of the body would cause. That's what they used to do in sieges. They used to put bodies into the
Oh, those bodies.
moats.
To be fair, we can do that at any time. Anybody will do.
Okay. We go back to the village, and we now have a plan in place.
We go back to the village heroes.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
hero.
We have
Oh,
found a hammer.
Boulder, you can walk in
Just
with the
jump
hammer.
on the tavern table. I think
Oh,
we should.
so what you do?
We're going to go back and announce that we found the hammer.
Yeah.
And you can play a song when we enter, entrance music.
Yeah, just sing it out.
I'll do a song retelling our awesome sieging of this fort.
But it's horrendously spin doctor to make us all sound amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the spiders had no chance.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah. First we faced the spider god, and then legions of undead, and finally we defeated the leader of the goblins, but not before we found out that there are more on their way.
Ooh. But we also defeated the goblins in a battle, an honourable battle, in which the two gentlemen squared up and doth fight with such grace and impunity.
Yes.
Definitely didn't just cheap shot him.
In no way. Guys, in no way did the dwarf try to headbutt him in the testicles. And then after being put to sleep by the bard, the rogue slit his throat. That didn't happen at all.
Heroically, he slit his throat.
Guys, that is literally the dirtiest fight I've ever been in.
I mean, you're
Okay,
talking about chemical war.
So I would like you. In fact, I'd like all of you to roll either survival or nature checks, whichever one you're best at.
Oh god.
Alright, nature.
Right.
20.
6.
Oh shit. 13.
13. Okay, between you, you managed to get back to. Balden, bless him, just leads you off in some direction.
Balden, bless him, he's better at caves.
I don't like the sky.
You eventually make it back to Hommlet. And what would you like to do?
I'm just walking into the tavern with the, like, you know, the hammer held above my head the whole time.
Cool. It's getting on towards midday at this point. If I remember rightly, you went down into the dungeons around 3 o'clock in the morning. Because you did a long rest.
Yeah, because we stayed there. Yeah, didn't we?
Cool. You walk into the tavern. You notice people starting to kind of filter in to eat. You don't see Tomlin. You do see some of his friends. As you walk in, holding the hammer above your head, did you say?
Yeah, well, as I enter, I'd like to jump on the table and make sure
With
everyone
entrance
knows
music.
Yeah, I'm playing entrance.
We're like bursting in the tavern. Everyone knows eyes on us. I jump on the table with a hammer held high.
Okay, and are you playing music through this?
Yeah, epic entrance music.
Okay, I'd like you to roll. Are you writing it yourself? Are you putting together a ditty about the adventure that you just had?
I will later, but at the minute, I'm just doing like
Ooh.
epic entrance music.
Okay.
Is it? Does it go? Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Here I
I thought you were a record roll.
I don't know why, but in my head, I'm thinking more of the John Cena meme, but on a lute.
Horn playing.
Cool, okay. So, Ezekiel, roll me a performance check to begin with.
Yeah. Oh dear, I am gonna use another luck point on that one. That's a little better. Altogether, that's just 15 for the entrance music.
15.
Yeah.
Balden, can you roll me either a performance, persuasion, or intimidation, whichever of those three is better.
I've got intimidation I'm proficient in. So
Yeah. Intimidate them with your giant hammer.
22.
22.
Yeah.
Awestruck.
What are you doing in all this?
I am basically, because I have to hide the fact that I'm dreadfully wounded, and my cloak's around me, my hood's up. I'm basically like the off-center character who's like in the darkness, which people think it's because I look cool. It's actually because I'm trying to not to collapse.
roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh god. That is a all right, 18.
18. You notice a church off towards basically to the north of the Welcome Wench, which is the tavern that you're entering now.
Yeah.
Kind of follow the road around.
Yeah.
There is a church up there. Churches generally have clerics.
I think I should go, guys. You have your moment. I'm going to coolly, stealthily skulk off and like goodbye guns. And,
That's fine.
and go and get.
As he takes his hand away from the wounds on his everywhere, you notice just a slow spurt of blood. Okay, cool. So you you head up to the church. The Ethos, sorry, Baldwin and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
As you kick the door in, you break this door off its lock. Just kick this thing open.
Dynamic entry.
Lute music. The lute just blares through into the room itself. Everyone looks around. They look surprisingly unimpressed by the music. But then you stride through, Baldwin, with this hammer in the air. This hammer that they've heard stories about since they were a child. The hammer of bronze. The Lord of Hommlet many centuries ago. And now it's in your hand. They don't quite know how to react. First of all, to the fact that it exists. Secondly, to the fact that you have it. And thirdly, to the fact that you're a dwarf and you have it. Everybody just sits in total silence. The only music, the only sound is the music blaring through the
All right, I will take that opportunity to jump on the stage I was on just yesterday and start reciting our heroic tale, the story of what we just went through.
I jumped down off the table, unimpressed. I grab a stool, sit at the bar, put the hammer on the bar, and then I just sit back and get heinlously drunk.
Does the hammer have any curvature or receptacle that you could therefore drink out of?
Oh,
like your belly button shots. It's like the equivalent with a sacred hammer.
Have you ever drunk Baileys from a sacred hammer?
Amazing. Oh, that's gone.
Right. So yeah, I'll be retelling our adventure, slightly embellishing the heroic bits.
Fair enough. Roll me another performance check.
That's cool. I have a +5 on that.
Good job.
Yeah, and that altogether comes to a 16.
16.
Yeah.
You,
It's
when you
passable.
start telling the story, people get it. People understand what's happened. You convince them that it was heroic, that it was amazing. People are shocked by the tale of the spider god that you fought.
God.
The walls that became living water. The terrible experiments enacted upon the poor, defenseless members of ancient or citizens of ancient Hommlet, and then finally, just as excitement's beginning to reach fever pitch, you mention the mummy, and at this point,
Lord, isn't it?
At this point, they stiffen slightly, specifically at the mention of the hammer being taken from the mummy. At the mention of the undead, they become a little bit more reserved. But some members of the crowd, specifically Tomlin's friends, become a little rowdier and start talking loudly amongst themselves. You're not quite sure what about. You're focusing on telling the story, but they are talking amongst themselves. The woman behind the bar, you notice that she's kind of nervously starting to look around, and looks like she's trying to make eye contact with you. As you talk about the brutal fashion in which Ethos, who is not here, the brutal way in which he killed the mummy, there are shocked gasps throughout the place.
Can I just say, during this time, like running parallel, am I getting healed, uncursed, chillaxing?
You are so you walk up to the church. I assume you knock on the door.
Yeah, I politely knock and wait outside because my mama taught me to be good to religious folk.
Cool. An elderly cleric wearing the blue and gold robes of the Verum Ecclesia. It opens the door and roll me a deception check.
That is that's a +3. That's a 12. Yeah.
Ooh, that was close. Smiles. You see that the eyes are dull. You guess that they're almost completely blind, if not actually blind.
Jackpot.
What would you like to do?
I'd basically. Okay, so good sir, please, I am in need of your assistance. We recently had to do a job for one of your village folk, and I found myself quite injured. It would be a great help if you could heal and maybe relieve me of this curse.
Curse, lad. What kind of curse?
Probably undead. Generic, good old-fashioned curse, you know.
The mention of undead, he recoils and holds up his holy symbol towards where your voice is coming from. Undead? Where have you been?
It was that place nearby, you know, lad. You know, it's like castle and. Yeah, but like it was for a very noble cause. We wanted to, you know, earn some coins to just make our way in the world, and all I want is to be healed. And like I promise, like I'll happily donate some money to the church if necessary. Like whatever you need.
He doesn't know what to say. You've told him that undead exist for a start.
How does he not know this?
Undead don't just crawl around the place. If you told him goblins, it'd have been like, yeah, fair. If you told him kobolds, he'd heard rumors from passing paladins of, you know, exterminations that go on in the Talamura Mountains. Undead are legends. The fact that you have seen them. That's
Okay. Let's reel this back. Okay, so like, look, my good sir, like. I have heard of the reputation of your church over and over, and I'm sure that if you were the first one in so long to heal someone of an undead curse, a legendary curse, you would be revered. And not only that, but possibly promoted.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Yes. Can I get advantage on this?
No.
Come on. Okay, that is a 14 plus 15.
15. You see a little glimmer in his eye at the mention of promotion. If you put it like that, and invites you in and grabs you by the arm and pulls you in, you notice he's evidently human, but at a distance you wouldn't be able to tell him from a halfling. The guy is tiny. Drags you in, takes you up to the altar, and begins lighting sticks of incense, and begins to cast this spell. Rewind slightly. Begins to call upon his deity. Begins to call upon Barakiel, the god of the true god of Talamaya. Specifically his life aspects and light aspects. You feel a tingling after about 5 minutes or so of chanting and scriptural passage and laying on of hands. You feel this tingling, begins in your chest. It's not necessarily unpleasant, but it's certainly not pleasant. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
You accept it. You may not revere him, but you understand that Barakiel, in some form or another, exists.
Mm-hmm.
You trust what's happening, and you know that it is likely to work if it is done properly. So you poke and cajole when needed to get the right intonation, to get the right prayers. You correct slightly where needed, but generally you help.
Oh, okay.
And the guy takes it well. It's been a long time since he had to do anything like this. Essentially an exorcism. Now roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
The power of Brachial compels you. Saving throw. That is a 13. Not
13. As he... Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, this could get interesting.
Oh God, no.
Okay. As he begins chanting, and the pitch becomes quicker and quicker and quicker, and you try and slow him down. You try and kind of keep that timbre, keep that metronomic flow to it. But there's no stopping him. He begins to trip up over his words, and then you see that the words aren't matching the movements of his lips. And then you notice that he's not speaking Talamiran anymore. He's not speaking any language anymore. Certainly not one that you... In fact, what languages do you speak?
I speak Talamor, Thieves' Elvish, and Gnomish.
You have no idea what language he's speaking, but it sounds guttural. It sounds ancient, and it sounds...
We've got an old god. We've got an old god.
It sounds bad.
Oh.
Finally, it stops dead. His lips continue to move silently.
Mm-hmm.
You notice the pupils of his eyes dilate, and then his eyes go completely black. And then finally you see the skin slough away from him as a much larger figure emerges from where he once stood.
Sup?
You are sat in what you feel may be becoming a powder keg of emotion. In fact, Ezekiel, could you roll me a perception check for me? Or an insight check?
Insight. Oh yeah, that's +2. I can do that. I cannot do that. That would be a natural one.
Ooh.
You think they damn well love you. You. So the minute you start talking about the mummy, you pick up the words that you're hearing people say, and you hear them. You hear them mention this guy by name. You hear the name. Let's just get this right. Baranas, the Lord of Hommlet, ancient Lord of Hommlet, and you hear angry tones. So you assume, oh, okay, this guy wasn't popular. So you really lay into him. You talk about the way that Ethos stabbed him repeatedly, and then leapt on top of him, stabbed through him with a rapier, and then just repeatedly went to town with him on him with this dagger. You misread the reaction as enthusiasm, and it is not enthusiasm.
I like to think I'm amazing.
What
There's
would
not really anything I can do. I will try and, towards the end of it, I'll mention the goblins, but also I'll say just how much we love this town.
Thank you.
Glad to be back.
Thank you, Hommlet. Good night. Okay.
Try to stage dive.
In fact, I'll walk up to Bolden and just go, so, how'd I do?
Okay, so as you begin to talk about the goblins, you notice. In fact, roll me another insight check.
Oh shit. Please be better. 19.
19.
Thank God.
Okay, at the mention of goblins, you notice a distinct change in the room. You go from what you assumed was enthusiasm for what you were saying. You now know that goblins has just twinged fear. You see previously very aggressive members of the crowd cower from the word. And at that moment, you hear the sounds of shouts from outside.
Quickly, I will add on to the song how easily we bested this hobgoblin. Not mention anything to do with magic. I'll just say, like, he was so unbelievably bad. A total letdown. You know, we flicked and then he died.
Roll me a deception check.
What? Deception?
Deception.
Where is it? Oh, deception is +5. I'm totally fine. 12.
I was expecting you to roll a 1, considering what you said last time. You were going to be fine.
Yeah.
They think that you're exaggerating, but they believe that you killed it. Roll. I'd like you both, Balden and Ezekiel, to roll me perception checks.
Perception. Great.
14.
14. Balden, outside, you can hear the shouting taken up by other people, and above it all, you hear a voice that you recognise as Tomlin's. You can't hear what he's shouting, but he's shouting through a combination of fear, surprise, and worry.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just grab the hammer from the bar. I'm going to grab Ezekiel by the shoulder and gonna dart out there and see what all the noise is about.
Yeah.
Just make for the door.
So you burst through the door, which has already lost its lock, and you see. First of all, you see the building opposite you is the blacksmith. It's where Tomlin works. You see Tomlin outside, waving his arms around, unsure what to do, total confusion, shouting. You see people around him, apprentices, people who are just on their way to the tavern, standing, looking at the blacksmith. You also see. In fact, you also see from the blacksmith flames beginning to leap from windows, from doorways. Finally, as you're watching, the thatch roof bursts into flames and the whole thing goes up. From inside, you hear two weak and quiet shrieks of terror.
Oh, no.
You also hear from the woodline behind you a familiar cackling and the loosing of arrows as a large group of goblins headed up by a bugbear and a hobgoblin fire their short bows into the town. And that's where we will leave it tonight.
No fair. No fair. I was ready for that.
They beat us to it.
No, here's the problem now. Now we're going to have to fight them off and everyone's going to think we're heroes. Like, that's not the image. That's not our brand identity, thank you very much.
No,
We're not
it
wholesome.
is.
We want them to believe it. Believe it.
Remember, we'll profit from this.
Also, I'm currently being spoken to by what I can only assume is some sort of god-awful, like, demonic presence.
My
We're
favourite bit of all this, Mike.
all in trouble.
My favourite bit of all this is the demon. What you assume is a demon came from a critical failure on the priest's second spellcasting roll.
Oh man.
He rolled a natural 1 and then rolled like a 6. So I'm like, well, cool. He's not.
He's the wrong one.
Magic, is he? He's summoning something. So that happened.
Was I healed, though?
You what? Sorry.
Was I
I have
healed?
no idea.
Oh my god.
You're gonna get killed.
On top of that, the goblins were a random encounter.
I fucking
You
knew
may
it.
not have met goblins. You may have met nothing.
This time I'm behind the GM
The fact
screen.
the fact that you killed the hobgoblin, and then you let one goblin survive that saw you and knew that you were human.
I'm sorry, listen,
The
Balder.
hobgoblins were coming after you.
Ethos! Damn it!
I like how I both have all this shit happen to me, but I probably caused the majority of the shit. I am sorry. You guys did a good job.
The one time you're not the damsel in distress, you start a war and summon a demon god. Okay.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.